drenched in romanticism. An unseeable jester controls the swivel of each and every street-dwelling styrofoam cup, always spelling the most circular of plastic whatevers. A swift jingle of the wrist signals a sprinkler to erupt from the verge. A jeté allows for children's boots lounging in a stroller to come forth and scrape the rust off your gait. The bystander is always wrong. They move with him. Conjoined at the chakra, a Siamese eyebrow. Squiggly not unlike the signature you sign to your landlord. A word in which itself is drenched in renaissanceable guck, sludged somewhere between what an avalanche can offer a junkyard. Very little, if anything at all. I imagine it's like keeping a chainsaw in the glove compartment, or whistling through a graveyard of flattened iguanas, and tire skids, and firework droppings, and sun-dried Barbie dolls, and roach hammocks, and lemons, and limes, 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 and spray-on gang jargon, and garbage-picking ghouls as game for the street king to flick at like scabs on his amulet. Either that or bullet. Whizzing by dubious rows of hammock hut tarp coffins, splashed and glued together from antique bus tickets and half-used balloon sacks like the nomadic butterfly straitjackets that inhabit them. The anatomy of the above-ground underground. The rotting rib cage of the skeleton of the city. Lips dripping with rum and breakfast cereal. Watching you trade tongues with the Dominican moon under the warm magnetic hiss of the deity's tilted lantern, like cactus at the snap of a finger. You're back in dreamland. But this time it's loud. This time has nails in the clock. The Street King must have slept in. This time it's nervous, it's wheezing, it's in an alien time signature. It's ticking, and it's sore, and it's numb, and it's heavy, and it's stuck, and it's loud, and it's en route, barreling towards your destination. And it's split, and it's sore, and it's numb, and it's heavy, and it's stuck, and it's loud, and it's en route, barreling towards your destination. And it's split, and it's sore, and it's numb, and it's heavy, and it's stuck, and it's loud, and it's en route, barreling towards your destination. And it's split, and it's sore, and it's numb, and it's heavy, and it's stuck, and it's loud, and it's personally dismantling the ice cream man's Siren. An act driven by the same reckless spontaneity held within an ounce of that 3 a.m. animal sex with whomever you're rolling over to at the time. A pile of verbs and postures you intrinsically crave more than any double scoop bellowed by the mechanical whistle on wheels. A detuned, mobile, sugar-filled Azan. Doppler Joplin will have to do. Serving as the fuel to the ceremonial ripping of the chords. The inevitable choking of the next word, dipping it in chocolate, and slurping up a half-melted empty gulp. Scraping a smile out of the custard bin. Twitching thoughts like anthropomorphic eyes guiding through a momentary hell as the front of the lag stares directly into the receiver of the pause. Stop. 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 Please fucking play. Scenes of lips and legs and rogue piercings and undiscovered positions, looping back to the frosted cone's vertex, the point, the stutter. Ritualistically rubbing one off and pulling out cotton candy teeth the color of baboon's ass up, browsing coloring books and popsicle wrapper ingredients, stepped on too many times like the sweaty impatience of this preschool acid trip. Now, ice cream truck is zebra carcass, spilling lines from Schaefer's diary, like a child who has taken the growl out of his teddy bear, pulled out his dolly's eyes, and smashed his clockwork train. But if you have the money, purchase the alternate takes. The urge to wave the orchestra off. The urge to soak in the sound of nothing. So quiet you can hear your bones click. I imagine it's like the anticipatory crackling after the needle drops. Thinking before it sounds. A physical buffer. On the edge. A pre-time. The antecedent. Seconds before she opens her eyes and the shit that exists before the symphony. Considered by many to take up space in the clock, this fragment scraping its flesh across the trigger does not exist to the vinyl hoop that it inhabits. It just is. Nobody really wakes you up in the morning. The active needle traces your eyelids, and the old hippie that pressed the button in the first place hovers away, unamused as the hallucinogens hit that terrestrial bloodstream. Funny how you only hear about the terrestrial when they're extras, whom consciously freeze the mundane under a magnifying glass like a couple of hairy ants, furiously scribbling notes about discovering the perfectly crafted skipping stone to balance the table at the last booth, or memorizing the pattern of a lonely spinning top on the counter at a 50s diner. There's something about themed restaurants that scares the shit out of you.
Lesson number 4. The restaurant. Does the hotel have a restaurant? A table for 2, please. Waiter, we shall have supper tonight in the dining room. A table for 4. The menu, please. May we have the appetizers, soup, meat, vegetables, dessert, now? Could we have some more water? Bread, butter, toast, drinks, jam, tomato. Aisle, please. This is incorrect. Keep the change. How late do you serve breakfast, dinner, lunch? Lesson number 9. The barber shop. I would like a very short haircut. Trim it a little more on the sides, please. Not too short in front. The part is on the left side. Right. Middle. No part. Do you have a good hair tonic? My hair is too greasy. Dry. I would like a shave. Be careful. My skin is very sensitive. Lesson number 10. The beauty parlor. Do you know of a good beauty parlor? I would like an appointment for this afternoon. Are you free now? Will it take much longer? I don't want a strong, permanent wave. I am late. Would you please try to hurry? Would you set my hair in an upsweep? Down. Loose curls.
Avant puppets against white square. They drop their keys for you to pick up. Clumsy and horny, desperate caricatures of their own preference, swiping away the smog as they stumble around K-Town to catch a quick boof. It's sort of like street corn wrapped in a handkerchief, the color of light pollution, of burnt kimchi, of gut-infested Pop-Up Lagoon in the off hours, of time-lapsed pull focus on urchin skins and their trusty stray-away shopping carts, on the incline, exchanging the wasted economy. Of sticky little waif tokens, of sun-squeezed condoms, of shoes-on spendthrifters, drowning near, if not already en route to the silver platter. I imagine it's like the character arc of a man who involuntarily orgasms at every car horn in this city. Except they like it. Ha, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo, ha, hoo, ha. Who? Ha. Who? Ha. Who? Ha. Who? Ha. Who, ha, who, ha, who, ha. Who. Currency in the form of every overwhelmingly high backseat think tank. These days, it feels like a stranger's window is your therapist. Withdrawing wormholes and stuffing them under the mattress. A keepsake of sorts. Embezzling the rest to an offshore vertigo. Sludged. Somewhere between the distortions calling from Zebulon and wherever the fuck that fish store is in Mid-City. Practicing mindful ignorance. A meditation of sorts. Nowhere near mastering the religion that is public transportation. A cyclical procedure as the daily sacrifice to your wallet. The platform is altar. Altar boys dressed as beggars, filling junk dealers with soupy eyes. Sometimes they don't make it. Flickering simulations of mass. A liturgy stuck to the bottom of your shoe. Gum spirit, roach wax. Preached from the speakers above, bouncing around the underground cathedral. Wires and mysterious cans hang from your ears like sacred garb.
individually reading R versus when he announces that it is here, the sardine salvation. Let it squeeze you like a fossilized orange barreling towards your destination, stopping only at the designated light between the pink stain nearest the shadow, only guessing what creatures lie behind door number 2. I imagine it's like the childish urge to leave your seat in the balcony and squirm around in the secular. But your salary says otherwise. Misshapen. Misshapen. Misshapen? Misshapen. Misshapen zombied arms drop to their vagabond pockets, methodically releasing snot rags and gumballs and nickels and tickets and assorted fuzz dumplings, flowering the track like a trash Zamboni on strike. A ghostly gaze behind the wheel, levitating past the piles. The rancid braid mumble singing joy, shout, 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 joy! Along an alien time signature only a true believer shall ever wish to subdivide.
These slugs come out when it rains, slurping up half-open cans of ravioli with deceased eyes glued to the back of their skull, watching the world burn, their toes bolted to the fly trap, traveling backwards, calling out for their Juliet, forcefully listening to the schizophrenic human radio and unattended glass bottle, traveling forwards, sinking to its momentarily free movements, the true telescope of our long stockings. Dropping a quarter to continue the seance. The 7th Street ghost appears to immediate north, complete with squiggling violin and barf bag. Batteries are included, but there's no need. The game plays on its own. An explosive derelict of a garbage piñata, with piss-soaked shoes for a necklace, fossilized worm tunnels where eye sockets used to rest, an amateur's wall squiggle truly come to life. Buzzards pick out its brain like harp excerpts skipping when you slam the dresser. The menu screen never shows up, but the unfortunate scent clenches on tight. Hastily shoved into some sort of level 2. Drenched in reverberant pixels. Sludge somewhere between the apparent lack of gray matter in your left frontal gyrus and the mirrored cities inked in bold in the back of your neck. A quick stretch for a centipede, but an even quicker trip for the neurons snapping images of lips and legs and ghosts and scarves wrapped in cold ivory air to your in-house Kodachrome, like a haunted viewmaster that knows too much. Shut it off. It's time to shower under the warm magnetic hiss of the claw machine. No rugs, no pillows, no shoes. Laundry cart is Speed Queen. Your beeps tell me what to do. A flagrantly quaint metronome. Dropping imaginative piles of goop behind every guilt trip. And bidding the last farewell to the tamale kings of that carnival-ass, crayon telemundo, mud hut-looking, coin-filled catalyst. Wish for the ghost and it shall appear. Popping bed springs and melting away the piss-colored wallpaper. Desperate for something to move. Frozen in time like deja vu's ugly sister. Comparatively as eerie as watching aerial footage of your daily route through the city as screensaver in Den Haag. In that moment, there is no city. There are no bus stops. No melted garbage cans, no couch jugglers, no bike thieves, no frond piles. No honking circus, no cactus gallows, no pan dulce, no yard coughing. No light bulb whoopee cushion, no attendant booths, no lamppost hagglers, no castle tombs. No record surplus, no missing stops, no cupcake sky, no midnight hot pot, no smash crickets, no porch lions, no citrus high, no ash sprinkles, no sand puffs, no lemons, no lines, no blood circles, no paper cranes, no selling bones, no lighting up, no visiting busk Oz. The concrete apparition quietly clapping between the movements. Its title contribution displaying 2 halves of an acidic paper scrap memory and sensitive hallucination of the current. Her waves tracing the tattooed geometry under your pocket. keeping the light on the console afloat and spelling out, upon your return, the park is always open. One step and dreamland resumes. I imagine it's like stepping on a pigeon or erasing a ghost from the chalkboard.